I'm going to take you to Thanksgiving 2015. Could you please just tell the jury about Thanksgiving and any altercations you had with Mr. Depp on that occasion?
Thanksgiving 2015, we had friends over. Johnny had Marilyn Manson over, and I had a few of my friends over. We had a son over, and maybe my father. I'm not entirely sure how long he was there. We had dinner together. Johnny was disappearing with Manson, doing coke.
How do you know he was disappearing with Mr. Manson with coke?
That's what I knew of their relationship at the time. So
please continue with
he got up for a longer period of time, not the normal every 5 minutes to go to the bathroom kind, but like he just appeared for a longer period of time. I went upstairs to try to figure out what was going on, and we had an argument that took place downstairs, and I said something to provoke Johnny. He grabbed me at the top of the stairs, kind of through the stairs actually, by my shirt, kind of flung me a little bit, but I just remember I went into the bedroom, kind of retreated into the bedroom. He picked up the decanter and hurled it at my head, my face. It smashed into a piece of art behind me in the bedroom wall, above the bed. I went back downstairs to the party to finish the evening out, and I put on a face, and we finished the evening with the guests, and then more fighting happened afterwards.
You're so cool. What? Who's that? You're not opposite cool. You're not cool. Snap! Snap! You don't snap. It's all good now. Get it, David! Order. He's gonna Toro.
More than that chair, boy. It's Hillbilly Holiday.
Yeah, you're scared. Every girl's daddy teaches her how to because she doesn't want to get caught. No.
On his case is when we were at the penthouse for Thanksgiving dinner, and she claims that he hit her after everybody left on that night. And it's just like, what? Like, that didn't make any sense. You know, we were all having a great time.
You were there the night at the penthouse with Manson and Depp and Amber Heard? Is that what you're saying? So you've met Amber Heard?
Oh yeah, at the Thanksgiving dinner. It was me and Manson, and then there was Amber, Johnny, Amber's dad, and her mom, and then a few other people. I don't know who they were. I think Raquel, she was there. And then like the security guard team too. And then she was drinking quite a bit. And
she says she doesn't like to get drunk. She testified to that in the UK court. So you must be mistaken on that.
dad was bragging about how many boxes of wine she orders and likes to drink. And yeah. So that, I mean, that's surprising.
Oh my God.
And, you know, she was drinking, and Johnny seemed really sad to me that night. And I don't understand why. He was very somber. He was, you know, not his usual jovial, happy self. And I then later found out that it was because Betty Sue was in the hospital. You know, so I remember him being sad. And then I thought it was odd that his wife was, you know, having the time of her life, drinking and not really paying attention to her man, you know.
Like, and is she a pretty obnoxious drunk, or kind of sort of a sloppy drunk?
Well, I've only been around her once when she was drinking.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, she seemed like she was rather rowdy and, you know, out there. And at one point, I was very uncomfortable because she sat next to me, and David, her dad, sat next to me, and they were just like talking to me, like making me feel very uncomfortable, like in a very, I hate to say it, but like a very like almost coming on kind of way. You know, I thought that was really weird. And
so, okay, so wait a minute. So I just, people are going to freak out over this stuff. I know this seems so inconsequential, but so you're sitting here, and I guess Johnny is somewhere else, or he's at the other end of the table or something.
He was trying to deal with whatever Betty Sue issue was, I think.
Oh, so he was like not there, on the phone or something? Okay.
It was a loft, and there it was upstairs. So
gotcha. So you're at some point in the night when he's not really around, you find yourself, I guess they kind of gravitated toward you or whatever. And so you're in between Amber and her dad, and they're interacting with you really intensely. And you're saying it's almost kind of had a weird sexual feeling to it.
I didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
Do you remember what they were saying, what you were talking about, or not really?
Not really, because I just like wanted to get away from that. So I kind of like shut, you know, my own, you know, disgust towards that situation.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that. First of all, like I said, I think you're very credible because you never overstate things. Like there have been so many opportunities in this interview where you could have said things that were not the case. And so I believe what you're saying. And I also believe it because one of the things that you probably don't know, but one of the things that came out in court testimony in the Johnny Depp case is that Amber, they had a car mechanic who had worked on Amber's car, and he testified that, and they just had like just kind of a friendly, you know, relationship. And he testified that he and Amber, he got in the car to show her something that he had done in the car, and that she started saying this really weird stuff like, "We're alone now, and anything could happen," or like coming on to him. And he said the same thing that you said, like he just wanted to get out of there.
Even if like maybe the thought of like, okay, if I have to go through you to get to Johnny, maybe, but even then I was like, no, I don't want to go even through that channel, you know, like, no, I will go at it another way.
Oh man. Wow.
Another thing too, like she's, you know, like, I guess the feminists are, you know, like, don't, you know, be subservient to your man type situation. So I get up to get some food, and I serve Manson's plate, and she had a problem with that. And she's like, "You don't have to do that." And I'm like, "Well, I want to." He's like, "He can get his own food." And I'm like, "No, I think I'll handle that." And I went ahead and I fixed his plate and I gave it to him.
So you're in this social situation, and she is like, and you're basically just here, like, you know, like being nice, like getting him some food. And she's like calling it out. Like, it's like this, like basically like trying to give you this feminist speech about how you shouldn't be having to do that.
At least that's how it came across to me. And I'm like, it's just, he's my friend. Like, I want to serve him his food. I know what he likes. You know, he trusts me to do it. So I'm going to do it. It's just, you know, I'm being like a good host, I guess, in a way, you know, at our own party.
Well, people do that. People, I mean, will get up and get food for other people. Well, you know, that's one of her big things, is that she's an activist, and she's really supposedly, you know, very sensitive to social inequalities.
stuck out to me was that, she spoke at length about cooking the dinner. And I'm like, oh, it was really delicious. It was very, very good dinner. But then his security guard comes and he's like, well, how did you enjoy it? I'm like, oh, it was really delicious. And I can't believe Amber cooked it. He's like, no, I did. And I'm like, okay,
You know what, though? That's no surprise. I mean, because that's the thing that came out, like in Johnny's testimony, is that she was a pathological liar. And she was constantly lying about things. And so Johnny his mom was sick. And so he was kind of away at points during that night. And then when he would come back to the table or to the party, it was basically like Amber was kind of oblivious to the sad state that he's in. She's just like drinking and having a good time and trying to seduce you with her father. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't say that, but that's what it felt like.